There's a beautiful song from the 1980s called Autumn in New York. And walking around today is going to feel just like that song. So I highly recommend giving it to a listen as we stroll around beautiful Central Park. We're starting right in front of the American Museum of Natural History as the fall foliage already starts to begin. All the leaves start changing color. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. Let me know where you're watching from. George, you're watching from a comfortable couch. Hello, Peter from Trinidad. Hello, Christian from Denmark. Nice to see you here. Cynthia from Staten Island. Welcome, Cynthia from Staten Island. Nice to see you here. Let's go into Central Park, shall we? Now, Central Park is the best place to visit in November as the leaves start to change. It is just immensely beautiful. So today we're going to explore Central Park, see what it has to offer in terms of fall foliage. I think we are here at the nick of time because look at the leaves right now. Hey, Francisco, desde Puerto Rico, nomades, desde Argentina, welcome. There's a strange pentagram here. Look at that. Bruce from Waterloo. Oh, let me know where Waterloo is. I know there's a few Waterloos in the US, but I'm not sure if you're referring to the one where Napoleon met his demise. Look at this.
I'm paying $11.
Dwayne's a photography buff, so this is perfect. Oh yes. You're about to immerse yourself into the beauty of Central Park today. Central Park is the park that is in the central of Manhattan. It was constructed in the 1860s and has become one of the most popular and well-known parks in the entire world. Now, many films have been photographed here, including When Harry Met Sally, taking advantage of all these fall vibes. Another one is Balto, the beginning, at least. Let me know what other movies have been filmed in Central Park during the fall. Hey, Ronald, nice to see you here. Lorene sends her aloha to you. She's on a plane to Vegas. Yes, indeed she is. Have a safe flight, Lorene. Laura says, perfect Central Park weather. Oh, yes it is. So, I would highly recommend listening to the song Autumn in New York. Play it right now. I can't play it because it will be copyright, but play it right now on Spotify. There's a few versions. I really like the version made by the Japanese singer. If anyone can remind me of her name. I think the original one is made by Ella Fitzgerald, might be. Do remind me who made the original and who made the cover. But search. Or I can do it for you. Okay, Google, play. Or work. Laura, the Facebook in. I like Frank Sinatra's version. Wait, did Frank Sinatra sing a version of Autumn in New York? Oh, that's interesting, Susie. Nomada says, please repeat the singer. So if anyone can let me know right now, who's the original singer of Autumn in New York? The name is escaping me at the moment. Very famous African-American woman sang that. There is a cover by Frank Sinatra, and there is a cover by a very good Japanese pop singer, which I really enjoy. It's more kind of jazzier and kind of slower in a good way. Oh no, says Dwayne. Dwayne says, Happy Remembrance Day to my fellow Canadians. Happy Veterans Day to my fellow Americans. Yeah, today's Veterans Day. Shout out to everyone who has lent their service to our country. Thank you so much. And there's a few like festivities or marches and parades happening today. Frank is very slow, says Susie as well. Oh, it is. Billie Holiday. Was it Billie Holiday? Courtney? So Billie Holiday is the original one. Thank you so much. Let me know who's the Japanese singer. Kay says Alexa told me she can't find it. Oh no, Alexa failing over here. Lots of kids are strolled around. This is something very typical you'll see in the weekdays. Is a lot of kids have nannies or au pairs, and they kind of stroll them around through Central Park. Billie Holiday, thank you everyone so much for letting me know. Billie Holiday was the original singer for that beautiful, beautiful song. Hasu says, God is good. Indeed he is. Hansen says, hey, Hansen. Susie says, great song, great season, great city. Oh yes. So, we gotta do this at some point. Gotta have leaves crumbling, but there's not too many here. Oh, I see a big pile over there for some good ASMR of leaves under my footsteps. Kimiko Ito. Okay, thank you so much, Christine. Everyone, listen to the Kimiko Ito version. So, okay, Google, play Autumn in New York by Kimiko Ito. Alexa, play Autumn in New York by Kimiko Ito. There we go. ASMR for everyone. Chilaka says, hey Ariel, seems like ages. I'm glad to be back in your feed. Hopefully no dog landmines under these leaves. Indeed, yeah, there's a risk one takes. And you know, it all means be careful of the dog poo. That is definitely a risk one takes. But in New York, pro tip, if you want to play it safe, wear white sneakers. White sneakers is the best way to counteract any risk of stepping on poo. Both human, dog, squirrel alike. Susie says our Alexa is having the snooze. Oh no, Alexa's taking a break. Oh no, what happened here? We have this sign, pedestrian crossing, right in front of the hot dog stand. And a sole little shoe. Something happened here, and I'm not sure what. Why is there one shoe here and not both? It looks like the shoe was purposely placed there, but who knows why. Where did the kid go? Is the kid right now walking the streets of Central Park with only one shoe? What do you think? What is your theory? Teresa says a sleeping baby kicked off its shoe from the stroller. That is a good theory. That is a good theory. But I'm sure we can think of more dramatic theories. George says it's a reenactment of Cinderella. Indeed, it could be. It could be. I mean, a more innocent preschool version of it, of course. El nuevo Ceniciente de Nueva York. ¿Qué significa eso, Vero? Ceniciente, ¿qué significa? You forgot Siri and Cortana, says Hila. Well, Cortana hasn't been invented yet, because that's from the Halo universe, and she's extremely intelligent. The shoe seems like a tragedy that happened and is placed there to caution people for it not to happen again, says Shilaka. I like that, Shilaka. That is a warning to any nannies and all pairs out there who want to take their the kids they're caring for a Central Park stroll. Maliki says, this looks so beautiful. Yes, we're going to take our sweet, sweet time. We're going to babble on. Not Babylon, but we're going to babble on. Maybe we'll babble on about Babylon. About anything. That's what the show is about. If you're looking for silent walks through Central Park, countless videos out there on YT that are silent. You won't hear peep. But here, if you want to hear all the peeps, I'm here for you. To babble on about Babylon. That woman's hair matches the scenery. Nina says the shoe mom or nanny should have been paying attention. That this thing's disconcerting. Yeah, oh, I wonder what happened there. Well, sometimes someone mentioned a kid could just kick off their shoes. Melody says is Cinderella. Oh, thank you. I never knew Cinderella had a. Here along 81st Street, there is public bathrooms, and they're kept pretty clean, so I would recommend coming here. George says Windows. Oh yeah, Windows did use a Cortana, so my mistake. She had. Will send 100 stars. Thank you so much, Will. Here's a statue of Romeo and Juliet, the two titular characters from the Shakespeare play. Because right behind this sculpture is the theater for Shakespeare in the Park. I wish they had Shakespeare in the Park in the autumn time. That would be so cool. But it's usually only during summer. Right over here we have the Tempest. Tempest is one of the reasons why my name is popular in the US, because Shakespeare has a character in the Tempest named Ariel. That character is a fairy. In America, in Europe originally, in England and other parts, fairies will usually be played by men, though they would be more kind of non-binary in their appearance and more androgynous in their appearance. That's the way they would costume them and the way they would act. But when Shakespeare ended up making a splash here in America, the Tempest hired female actors to portray the fairies. And there is one of the reasons why Ariel caught on as a female name in America, while it's a male name in most other parts of the world. Hey, someone left a super chat. Modest. Thank you so much for the super chat. No, Modest, that's so kind of you. Gracias por el super chat. Lo agradezco mucho. Espero que el primavera de Argentina está muy bien. Ooh, let's go through here. Nomades left a $5 super chat, so thank you so much, Nomades. Querido Ariel, always a pleasure, dear Ariel, says Nomades. Ariel's a great name for a great person. Oh, thank you so much, Nina. I appreciate that. I bet Central Park would be great in the winter too. Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of videos of Central Park in the winter. One of my most viewed videos on Facebook was a snowy walk through Central Park during a blizzard that consumed the entire city and laid waste into a frozen landscape. Beautiful live video, I really loved it. Some people might remember. Hey, Wilmy, nice to see you here. Welcome. Ron says, hey, snowfall in the Central Park pics are amazing. Yeah, one lucky mega urbanist is actually getting a snowy Central Park postcard. Stay tuned. Postcards are already being written and they are in my bag. 6 of them. I got like a... Doreen, have you revealed your next adventure? I have not revealed it because I yet do not know where I'm going. But stay tuned. Zone, forgot. Sorry everyone, there is a dead zone usually here in Central Park. Susie says don't forget to post them. Of course, Susie. I'm not just gonna leave it in my bag. People should stay off their cell phones in the park and just enjoy nature, chilling. But then I won't be able to live video. Ron says, can't wait for your snowy NYC adventure while you are in Barbados. I will be covering New York City in Christmas time. So stay tuned. All the way through New Year's. You're walking around Central Park, says Susie. Indeed I am, Susie. This is the Central Park. The park that is in the central part of New York. Sadly, I'm at the moment in Greece and we have a big spike. So trip advise, check the news if you want to travel. This is Benajotis. How's the weather in Greece? Let me know, Benajotis. We have someone singing there in the distance. It's cold today. I did not bring a scarf. So pro tip. Hey Joe. Joe, thank you so much for the kind $20 super chat. You didn't have to. Joe says, thank you for the dedication yesterday. Now with my amputated leg, I appreciate these walks even more. Bless you, Ariel. Joe, my deepest condolences for your loss. I hope you're recovering quickly. And no, my pleasure. Thank you so much for being such a loyal viewer for so long, and always having great, funny comments and sharing and liking and everything. You're always a wonderful presence in these live videos. So thank you so much, Joe. And everyone, a round of hearts to Joe. As I mentioned yesterday, he's going through a little bit of a tough time. So a round of hearts for him. Wish him a speedy recovery. And I hope you feel better, Joe. And let me know if there's anything in Central Park I can show you. I'll do my best to find it. So thank you so much for the $20 super chat. May you feel better. So here is the castle, Belvedere Castle. Have you visited Hallett Sanctuary in Central Park, says Donald. I have before, a few times actually. back in the Facebook days. I will do my best. Maybe we'll go over there. We'll head towards that direction. I don't think I've ever seen that castle, says Ava. It's gorgeous. To get there, you have to walk through the Ramble, which is the densest part of Central Park. But it's worth it. You might get lost in the Ramble for like 15 minutes, but you'll end up finding it. It was so well designed that almost all paths in the Ramble lead to the castle. It's 10 degrees Celsius right now. Last week we had 28 degrees Celsius. It's getting a bit chilly lately, says Panajotas. Team Like now heading to Facebook. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. Your video's capturing the environment. Cell phones draw your face downward. That's what I mean, says Shelly. Oh yeah, Shelly. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, yes. You're right. Sometimes people are always on their cell phone. I've been lost in the Ramble. Yeah, Donald. Okay, everyone, I gotta take a small break to finish off this coffee. Ooh, a dragonfly. I love seeing dragonflies. There was a red dragonfly. They're so quick, it's hard to capture them on camera. There was a red dragonfly here sitting on the rock. Dragonflies mean the gift of gab. It means to provide the gift of gab. Hey, Joe. Joe's now tuning in on Facebook. Hey, Angie says, Ariel, you got me here through some tough way. Oh, my condolences for your loss, Angel. I've always remembered that you enjoyed these videos throughout the time. Yeah, you know, you'll be surprised how content can really affect people in beautiful ways. So I'm so glad. Hey, Susan. Oh, that's you, Susan. Suzanne, thank you so much for tuning in on YT. Dragonflies are for remembrance. Yes, dragonflies are for remembering who you are. That's what many cultures associate them with. So if you see a dragonfly, especially in a place where there's not really that many dragonflies, so I've seen them before in the middle of the city, it means remember who you are. All right. Did you swallow the fly, says Susie. What fly? So, let me put on my glasses because now it's getting cloudy. Ron says hello to Marina. Marina, nice to see you here. Hey, Eric from West Coast, nice to see you here. What do we have to eat? You know, Mikkel, I actually ate a quick bagel before starting this broadcast. I had nothing to eat for breakfast, so I kind of rushed over and grabbed the quick bagel. So a few people have asked, not asked, but have said how the show has been a good thing for them at a certain point in their lives. And it's very interesting because I felt that as well. There was a content creator out there on YT. His name is John Campia. He does movie news, and he does it live on a daily basis. And you know, you would think movie news is not going to impact you in any deep way. Definitely, the content itself did not impact me in a deep way, like maybe say a classic book or a really impactful movie, but just kind of seeing this content creator every single day during a more tumultuous point in my own life many years ago, reminding me how grateful I am for people like him. There's many other content creators like out there, or podcasts as well, that you kind of just see over and over again and kind of just enjoy it. And it kind of takes your mind off things in life. Barbara, hey, Suzanne left a $20 super chat as well. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for the $20 super chat. So I'm taking a small break just to finish off this coffee. Feel free to ask me anything. Did anyone used to live in the castle? So Great question, Barbara. And Barbara goes on to say, I love your colorful full foliage and dragonflies that are also remember the deceased loved ones. Oh yes, that's another lore behind dragonflies. They're deceased loved ones who come to pay you a visit. Great tours from this old disabled woman. So Barbara, the castle is what is called in architecture a folly. So it's meant to look whimsical, meant to look like a real castle, but it isn't at all. So yeah, it's not a real castle. It's a folly. And there's many follies in the US. Europe has less follies because when you see a castle, generally they were at some point a real castle. But in the US, they made a lot of things look like old Europe. So even the cloisters is a folly. It's meant to look like an old monastery, but it never was an old monastery. How come you do not do live tours at night, says Sarah. I don't know, I've done before live tours at night. I'm just not so interested in showing nighttime. I have a lot of viewers in Europe, so I like going live generally at a time where everyone can see. There's a few instances where I really feel it's necessary to do a live at night. If you can go tomorrow, where would your ultimate place be to visit? If I can go anywhere tomorrow immediately. If I can go anywhere tomorrow immediately, it would be Paris. I would love to go to Paris again. Paris has just so much history. And I never seen Paris in the fall time, so I wonder how it looks like. Let me see Nina's question. What's the story behind today's jacket? There's not that much of a story. I bought it last year at an amazing company called Scotch and Soda, which is now my favorite store in New York for clothing. It's a Dutch brand. And I love this jacket. They're actually selling a new version of this jacket with a different pattern. I am so tempted to buy it. I actually did go shopping yesterday, same place, Scotch and Soda, and I can't wait to wear those new outfits on live video at some point. So yeah, I've been tempted to do more style videos on TikTok or my personal Instagram. Let me know if you're interested in that, because I really love putting outfits together now, and I've been doing a lot of stuff with fashion history. Because I'm working on a documentary about fashion history with a client, and I've just been thinking all about fashion past few weeks. Jamie says, I don't like the jacket. You know, you are one a few people who don't like the jacket. I've gotten that comment before, but I've gotten many comments of people saying they love it. Jamie says, are you a hipster? Jamie, I was cool before hipsters even existed. Jamie. Doreen says, my parents drink. George says, fashion tips. Not here on Urbanist, but on my personal TikTok and Instagram. Let me know. That is the houndstooth pattern on your lovely jacket. Yeah, similar to the other jacket I bought in Ireland. This one's from a Dutch company that sells in New York. Cool jacket, interesting brand, Scotch and Soda. Love your fashion, says Fargo. I'm so glad you do. Nobana says, LOL, great answer to the hipster question, yeah. Susie says, you're a model and you're looking good. Oh, thank you so much, Susie, I appreciate that. Do you sell your Tesla stocks, says Scott? This is not a finance show, so feel free to ask anything else. But no, I'm in for the long run. The jacket is retro and fun, says Donald. Oh, I'm so glad it is. All right, I just have a little bit left. Feel free to ask any last questions before we continue walking. And there's no more talking. The entire rest of the video is going to be silence. No, I'm joking now. Continue talking. You always turned out well, says Athena. Ron says, Ariel is what a hipster aspires to be. Indeed. Do you use Poshmark? I do not use Poshmark. I don't like buying secondhand clothes too much. I have a few pieces, but not too much. Scott says, are you coming to the UK anytime? I really do want to go to the UK soon. I'm not sure whether I want to go in wintertime, but maybe. Also, happy sides of your head are growing back in. Now that I said, I'll know you'll have a haircut, says Nina. I am in. Virgil says, I'm looking hip. I will have an unpopular opinion, but I like that you wear a white shirt all the time. But I like that you wear a white shirt this time. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing a white shirt with a dinosaur pattern this time around. Veronica says, I want a pair of Ariel sneakers. Yeah. These are Converses. You know, I've dreamt of a specific pair of Converses. Like, I would love to work with Converse to do some type of unique pair. Oh, I also love Converse mids, which are the medium. There's low, which is the regular Converse. There's the high tops, and the mids. Mids are right in the middle. Mids are disappearing. They're kind of discontinuing a lot of the mids. So I kind of want to bring them back. The black Converse boots, one day I'll make it to the store, says Veronica. I'm so glad. All right, let's continue walking around. It's getting cold. Can you do a history video of Robin Hood? So Scott, great question. Scott asked, can I do a history of Robin Hood? I generally do history videos. May they be live or short form like TikTok, or vlogs like YouTube videos. I generally do them if I can go to the place. So if I do Robin Hood, I would prefer doing a history video if Robin Hood has an actual real location. I'm not sure if it does. Probably does. Probably in reference to a real castle, for example. So if I go to that actual castle, I'll go to and do a Robin Hood history video. That would be very interesting. But of course, Robin Hood is not based on reality. It's a fictional tale, but I'm sure there's elements in there that reference real history. And back in the 70s, I love my pro kids. And hoy tu camisa no tiene estampa. Sí, hay bien poco. Nomás says, today my shirt is not a big pattern. Yep, it is, but just a lot less. ¿Qué es lo que es más te gusta de Nueva York? Says TikTok. Que me gusta más de Nueva York. Casi caminar por toda la ciudad es bien fácil, especialmente en Manhattan. What I love about New York City is the ability to walk almost everywhere, especially in Manhattan. Can you do a history of Robin Hood Men in Tights by Mel Brooks? That is an excellent movie, Ron. And I love Dave Chappelle's character, where he plays a character called Achu. And every time he says, someone asks, hey, what's your name? Achu. Oh, bless you. It's a great movie. $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Love the Manhattan haunted history. Oh, thank you so much, Nina. You know, yesterday I posted a video about the crazy story of the coffee roaster in Brooklyn. And I thought that video was going to get a 10,000, 15,000 views. Because I didn't think it would be so interesting to a lot of people. It's a very kind of specific story that most people wouldn't really research, but I ended up getting 100,000 views on TikTok, which blew me away. So I'm glad you enjoy the stories I'm telling. Throw the glass in the trash, says Picasso. This is not glass, this is plastic. And yes, it is plastic. That's how most iced drinks are served. They have replaced a straw with paper straw in many places. Donald, this area is called the Great Lawn. So this entire area right over here used to be a water reservoir. It was filled in, but then it became a terrible kind of dust bowl. You know, it was just filled with sand, and it was very not unpleasant to be in until the 1980s, early 1990s. They started fixing it, and it became a beautiful lawn with baseball fields. Scott says, be careful. I keep hearing of nutcases running around the park, causing gang violence. You know, that's interesting. I haven't heard that news, but rare that happens. There's certain areas in Manhattan I would stay away from. I usually don't associate the park with being one of them. But Scott, thank you so much for the heads up. Hey, soy. Hey, soy Cielo Blogs. Gracias por el complemento. Qué bien que te gusta mis videos. I'm so glad you enjoy my videos. Ursula. When Harry Met Sally had the best autumn walkthrough walkthrough. So stay tuned. Hopefully turning as today. So here's a statue of one of the more famous heroes from the Polish Revolution, King Jagiello.
And then everyone can just like drink and socialize and not have to sit down.
Paper straws are getting soggy. Yeah, that's what I don't like about paper straws. They still have not designed a great paper straw. Gwen says the range of colors is mind-blowing. Oh, yes, it is. It is mind-blowing. Oh, we got a mallard duck right here.
He definitely did. Well, where'd they come from? No. Yeah. Like, wait, like, why? Because we weren't feeding them.
So right now we are on a big pile of schist. Schist all around. And Susie, yeah, they do have names. It's Derek and Donna, the ducks from New York. Susie, we've met them before. Derek and Donna. Derek the duck and Donna the duck.
It was so much fun.
We met them at the right by the One World Trade Center. Christoph, it's Derek. Derek. D-E-R-R-I-C. No relation to Donald. So Disney, please do not hunt me down with your copyright lawyers. There's always a lot of schist where you have pigeons, says Donald. Yeah, there's schist everywhere here in New York. Rosemary says you're lagging. Oh no. Yeah, there's bad service here, so stay tuned. No food vendor, says Nina. There are. We'll see a few hot dog vendors. There's not that many. That's pretty much the gist of the food that you'll find here. It won't be a good... So I don't get this with New York. Let me know if anyone knows about sanitation in cities. Why do they have trash? They have cans and they have newspapers, but they don't have plastic. Why don't they have a container for plastic in many parts of New York? Are you going to have a picnic? Susie, you know I was very tempted to for this video. Very, very tempted, but no, decided not to. So here's a crew of bicyclists. And should we go through the Ramble? Sarah says it's because people will steal plastic bottles. Plastic has to be washed, says Haya. Okay, thank you. That does start to make more sense. Smells like oregano. Wow. Susie says you're not a New Yorker if you did climb those rocks. Oh, so Joe says because plastic containers take a separate machine to separate. Yellow is in Germany for plastic. Yeah, the colors here are different from the European color. So if you're coming over from Europe, I'm not sure of other parts of the world, but I have experience in Europe. Read the sign, because blue, I think in Europe, at least what I encountered, I think in Ireland, and I think it was trash. But George says illegal or legal oregano. Oregano is technically decriminalized, so it is legal in New York, but not legal on the federal level. The raccoons must have taken the plastic bin. Christoph says blue equals paper. Oh, thank you for letting on route. The Ramble right now, but I kind of want to show you the views of people bicycling. If you want to see videos of the Ramble, I have a full tour where I actually so bad service in some areas here in Central Park. Joe says, I used to work in the 125th Worth Street, where the sanitation department was headquartered. Oh, yeah, Joe. Fascinating part of the city. A lot of people don't talk about it often enough. A lot of people who work in the sanitation department or adjacent to it, kind of the unsung heroes of cities all around the world. I have a viewer who will remain anonymous, but I met him and he works in the sanitation department. And it was cool meeting a viewer that worked in that area, because, you know, a lot of these, when you see a city so clean, like many parts in the US and many parts of Europe, you kind of take for granted that there is teams of thousands of people keeping our cities clean, sometimes even more, tens of thousands. And it's a whole operation that takes a lot of coordination and organization. So everyone, round of hearts to all the sanitation workers out there. And Lauren, thank you so much for the super chat. For the stars. S. Fields, welcome. Nice to see you here. Hey, Gregors. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Do let me know. But I'll call you Greg. Greg, thank you so much for tuning in from Poland. We actually did pass a statue just 10 minutes ago of a Polish hero, King Jagiello. Again, pardon the mispronunciation. Ooh, who wants to see a cool whimsical statue here in Central Park? Let me know. Do you guys want to see a whimsy statue? Do you want to go through the looking glass, so to speak? Lauren, thank you so much for 200 stars. Everyone, Facebook might be still giving issues in terms of posting, but I indeed am getting all the stars and your support. Every new supporter through December 31st, Facebook gives me a $20 bonus. Easy Peasy says, I always have a bag for myself to keep, to collect things. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for doing some volunteer work as well. Susie says, oh, okay. So we found Earl. Hey, Earl. Earl is a fan of stealing donuts from unbeknownst New Yorkers out there. And we have Earl's friends hanging out with him. Earl's a long descendant of a earl in Ireland, very long descendant of an earl from Ireland, but he came to New York and decided to leave that life of royalty behind. The house he was a part of is called House Shenanigans. So he was the Earl of House Shenanigan, but he left that life. Now his family from Ireland want him back to assume his proper place. Stay tuned for the rest of that story whenever I write it. Let me know if anyone wants to read the New York and Thank you so much, Annette. I actually have a lot more material that has been in my mind. I've told to a few people. So yeah, there's an entire backstory also with Bob the Pigeon. Very epic story. Maybe I'll write it down in the very near future. Also kind of you. Aside from stars. Middle of New York. Know about this. There is a statue. There's bad service. I've tried showing the statue before, but they're terrible service. So everyone, sorry, there's bad service here in this particular area. And now I remember, I tried showing the statue before. Always struggle with connection. Cynthia says, I think it's coffee time. I could feature a coffee. Let me know if you want me to feature a coffee. So look at this, Alice in Wonderland. And right over here they have quotes from the books. They said, "They told me you had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim." Mildred says, "What's my name?" Ariel. Ariel. So we have Alice, we have the Mad Hatter, we have the, let me know what's the name of the rabbit. What's the name of the rabbit? We have the Cheshire Cat right behind Alice in the tree. Mater says that was your gray squirrel. Yeah, Earl. We saw Earl earlier. Mildred, my name is Ariel, not Elliot. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. S. Fields, I love that new way of writing my bio. S. Fields says, our host is Ariel. Audio-visual storyteller with taste for great coffee and comfy benches. Thank you so much. So yeah, this is the statue. Really cool statue. Nice place to take a photo. There's one more Whimsy statue here. This one's less popular than the Alice in Wonderland one, but I think it deserves equal recognition. Who recognizes this area? Let me know. Dominique sent 100 stars. Thank you so much. What is this particular body of water famous? Why? What popular anthropomorphic animal series featured this body of water? Billionaire's Row is in the background, right? Yeah, those buildings right over here. You're right. Is Billionaire's Row. These are the new tens of millions of dollars apartments with beautiful views of Central Park and casting mile-long shadows on this park. Will you live in that skinny tower for the condo? I would not live in the skinny towers. I like more of the stouter ones, like this one. Lady Gaga, I think, has one in right here. This one. I would live there. I would not live in, maybe in the fatter ones or the more artsy one. I would live in that one, which is, this was in the movie FX. Well, I haven't seen FX. Yeah, maybe it was featured here, but it was featured in a very famous other film. Hey, Victoria got it right. Yes. Stuart Little rowed his boat here, both in the book written by E.B. White and also in the film, which was Stuart Little was voiced by Michael J. Fox, who many people know as Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And they filmed the scene here on location. Ariel chews when he owns all those towers. You know, I was thinking about that. I was chatting with a friend on how here we have 432 Park Avenue. The penthouse was sold for, it was $88 million. Crazy amount for the penthouse right there. Sold to some Saudi Arabian billionaire. But $88 million. Think about how much money that is. And I thought to myself, if I had that kind of money, would I really want to spend it all on an apartment? Sure, it might be nice to live with those beautiful views, but $88 million, what I would do is I would build my own apartment building, which will actually end up probably being a little bit cheaper than buying the penthouse. And I would buy it in the area where I can have the best views, and then I can rent the rest of the floors. So I'll have my own penthouse, build in my own style, and then I'll also be making income from all the other tenants that would live in the rest of the building. So I'm not sure why a billionaire would spend that much money. Maybe to them it's not too much money, so it doesn't really matter. But let me know, what would you do? Would you buy a $88 million penthouse, or would you build your own building with your own custom penthouse and rent out the rest to tenants? Maybe, or sell them like a condo and make more millions of dollars. Alex says you're a smart guy. House. Ludo says building is smarter. Yeah, because you wouldn't be spending more than $88 million, even in New York. You would not be spending, especially in many areas of New York City. George would buy an $88 million car. That is an expensive car. Gary would build a wheat castle with a moat. As high living, Gary. Very high living. So here is the other Whimsy statue of Central Park in this area. This is one of the most famous writers that has ever lived of children's tales. This guy is somewhat responsible for my name becoming a female name here in the US. As I mentioned, Shakespeare was one of the men. This one is the second man responsible for tarnishing my name. No, I'm joking. It didn't tarnish my name, but the reason is because this man, Hans Christian Andersen, wrote The Little Mermaid. Now, I think in the original tale, The Little Mermaid does not have a name, but in the Disney adaptation, they named The Little Mermaid Ariel, which was produced actually 1 year after I was born, so I predate The Little Mermaid. But because of that film, because of Hans Christian Andersen, because of Shakespeare, I was teased for many years for having a name that kids here in the US said it was a female name, a girl's name. Damn you, Hans Christian Andersen. But he's a very famous writer. He wrote Little Mermaid. He wrote many other stories. Let me know his other stories. There's a little duck here. So he also wrote The Ugly Duckling. This is a reference. Lauren says the human world is a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything they got up here. Oh wait, the lobster is Sebastian. Yes, the lobster is indeed Sebastian. And he's reading, let's see what he's reading. Yeah, he's reading The Ugly Duckling. Reading The Ugly Duckling. It was a beautiful in the country. It was summer. The wheat fields were grown and the oats were green among the green meadows. And there's a dedication in the back. Huge top hat right over here. It was made by Otto F. Langman, architect, and the sculptor was George J. Jober, or Jober, sculptor. 1956 it was made. And right behind this, it says the monument is in the city of the children of Denmark and New York City and their friends. So this was sponsored by the Danish American Women's Association. So yeah, Hans Christian Andersen was a Dane. Susie says, you're the only Ariel we know and you're a very macho man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will single-handedly avenge my name and make it into the most masculine name that has ever existed. I will do it. Mark my words. That's why I stuck my name. That's why I did not change. I have a very nice middle name, which shall remain a secret. And I could easily use that very masculine middle name that I have. But no, I'm sticking to that first name. Because all those years of being teased in elementary school for having a girl's name. I will bring it back. Make it more famous than the Little Mermaid, more famous than the Tempest Fairy, and generations of little kids in the future will be named, little boys will be named Ariel. Il says Ariel Israeli is a boy's name. Yeah. It's a boy's name in Spanish, and it's a boy's name in Hebrew as well. Yeah. Wendy says that my middle name is Avocado. That's a very good guess. Ludo says Alberto. Joe says stick with Ariel. It's unique and it's yours. Indeed, Joe, indeed. Jack says good to see you again. Oh, Jax, nice to see you here. Hila says Ariel is also the name of a settlement. Yeah, in Israel. Yes, it is. Ariel is also one of the names for Israel in the Old Testament. Panajota says, when I hear Ariel, I think of you and second-handedly the detergent.
Okay, sweet but still easy.
So there used to be food here. Someone asked earlier about food. There used to be food here. I'm surprised they actually closed this down. Maybe they open up during the summer. But La Pan Quotent, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I gotta practice when I go and cover Paris for all of you. Is closed at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. Ooh, you know, it would be awesome if they just replace this with a Shake Shack. Panajota says, yeah, because Ariel's not common at all in Greece. Yes. It's common where there was a Jewish population or common where there was a Hispanic population. Wendy says, I'm late here. I've been to a dance class. Oh, Wendy, so glad you're enjoying some dance. I believe Nina asked for the food carts. Thank you so much, Joe. Nina. So who would live in that apartment? Let me know. That's a beautiful apartment. Din Lapan Koten quote Tiden Quotanden go bankrupt in the US? I don't know. That's a great question. S Fields, I think I've seen a lot of them closed, so maybe that is the case. Right over here. You get beautiful views of Central Park. You get your own penthouse tower right there. Look at that tower. That's badass. And you got a terrace as well. These helicopters in New York are reproducing like mosquitoes. There's so many of them nowadays. Let's get everyone to 250 likes. Yes, 250 likes. Let's do it. Slam that like button at this very moment in time. And let me know if you're on Team Like. If you're on Facebook, share this video with relevant Facebook groups. Travel, New York. In this case, we're talking about certain movies. So movies. Isn't that where the Koch brothers live? The Koch brothers live on one apartment in Park Avenue. I do not think it's here. This is 5th Avenue. I think the Koch brothers live on Park Avenue. I think it's one particular building where there's the highest concentration of billionaires in one single building in the world. If anyone knows what the address for that is. Here's Derek and Donna's hanging out there with their friend. Joe says, I slammed and shared this live stream. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. All right, let's continue on to the mall. Who wants to go to the mall? Let me know. Who wants to go to the mall? One half of the Billionaire's Koch brothers was revealed to as a mystery buyer behind the $40 million home on East 76th Street. Ah, so cool. Okay, that's an interesting development. Did not know about that. That's interesting. So yeah, who wants to go to the mall? Let me know. Though I don't want to disappoint you, for anyone who really likes shopping. I'm not talking about a shopping mall. I'm talking about the stretch of land that is very direct. The only direct pathway in all Central Park, which is called the old definition of mall. So let me know if you want to go to that mall. Sorry to disappoint any shopaholics out there that want to see some H&M and Zara and and a food court with some McDonald's. Ooh, smells like dog poop. Father Jota says either way, yes. All right, let's see how I get there. I think we're close. Fernando says, hey, Ariel, thanks again for your walks. I think Koch brothers' last name is pronounced Koch, despite the spelling, says Donald. Yeah, I think you're right, Koch brothers. PM, the Time Warner Center is having a Phantom of the Opera performance. That is cool, actually. There you go. Thank you so much. Thigo, do let me know how to pronounce your name. Wendy says this is the Tunnel of Love. Beautiful tunnel, yeah. Doreen says malls are becoming obsolete. Indeed they are. Ah, we've come to the right place. Wow, this is a long line. So this is the boat, the rowboats. Generally, there's never a line here. I have no idea why it's so full today. Maybe because tourism has picked up. But here, $20 an hour. No, $20 for the first hour. I think $5 every subsequent amount of time, maybe 30 minutes or so. Right over here to rent yourself a rowboat. Marina says, Ariel, a great understanding of an investment. Marina, I think you're watching behind. So if anyone can let people know to press that live button on YT so you can watch live rather than watching behind. Oh, Gwen, thank you so much for letting us know. So today it is indeed a federal holiday. So it's not just tourists, it's people, locals who have a day off. And that's why there's such a huge line. Before $40 million, the David Koch was among the handful of billionaires living at 740 Park Avenue. Ah, thank you so much for letting us know. 740 Park Avenue. So someone said just earlier they love my videos riding the boat. I've only had one thus far. I'm tempted to do a second one. A little bit emptier. Right over here is another scene from When Harry Met Sally. This is the Loeb Boathouse. The Loeb Boathouse is referring to the restaurant right over here. That's where Sally has brunch with her friends and first really discuss if she has feelings for Billy Crystal's character. Can you swing by Imagine, please, says Justin. Last time I saw a live stream and there was no singer. There usually is. Justin, I would love to. Today we're not going to go that direction. I've covered that very frequently. I have a lot of videos on the Imagine. Thank you so much for our recommendation. Go watch my John Lennon's New York video after this. The reason we're not doing that direction is because we'll be going opposite of a place I frequently I have not covered that often. We're gonna go to Hallett Sanctuary. It's Polish Day in Poland, really, JK? That's kind of cool. We have 350 people tuning in. Let's get everyone to press that like button right now. The reason I ask you to press that like button is because live video is still fairly new. YT still doesn't know how to fully promote it. They don't know who really wants to watch it, but there's a lot of people who do want to watch it. So pressing the like button will get it in front of people who really could use these videos, want to reconnect with New York, want to virtually explore, want to learn more about the city they're about to visit soon, and also increase the chances of you getting more videos like this on your feed. Beautiful with the leaves falling. So let me know if you want me to do a boat riding broadcast soon. I gotta find a co-host, the perfect co-host. Please reach out to my little boy, Emmett. He just recently learned his name. Hey, Emmett, congratulations on saying your name. That's so cool. Emmett, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Emmett is actually the name also of a very famous character from movie history. Back to the Future. The doctor is Dr. Emmett Brown. So that's so cool, Emmett. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Bella as well. Beautiful name. Gary recommends that I get Bolden Bankrupt to be my co-host for the. First of all, I cannot envision Bolden Bankrupt, great YouTuber that he is, ever coming to New York. I don't think New York is this. If he does, I think it would just be the weirdest broadcast to do a boat riding with a Bolden Bankrupt. Indeed it is. It's very romantic. Everyone's about to crash here. Multi-boat accident over here, a la Bridget Jones's Diary. There's a scene where one of the characters falls into. They also shot Home Alone here. It says truck. Yeah, Home Alone was shot in many parts of Central Park. I'm not sure if they featured this particular pond, though this is the main pond featured in Catcher in the Rye, which is much more depressing. And here we have a photo shoot happening. Do people that live in the area go to Central Park? Question. I'm under the impression that yes, they do. Unless if you're very famous. But I think several celebrities have been spotted here that also are local to the area. But yes, anyone who is from the Upper West Side or Upper East Side, do let us know. Do you often come to Central Park? We do have a few viewers from these two neighborhoods. It's not like the High Line where you'll see mostly tourists. I think here is more of a mix. So yeah, we're getting close to the mall, everyone. Who's excited for the mall? Yes, we reached 250 likes. Thank you everyone for being team like. some weird musicians here today. You know, I usually like the buskers here, but they have some odd buskers playing here today. Susie says, Ariel, it's a lovely place to walk with your future Scottish wife. That's funny, Susie. She'll disappear into the background because of her red hair. Farside says, do a video with the Magistrate 1. He films our work at the FDNY. Oh, Farside, can you, after this video is done, can you comment his channel so I know? I'll check it out. Leave a comment in this video afterwards. It's a nice song, says, yeah, but interesting vibe, I think, for Central Park. It's very kind of rock. I don't know, to me, autumn, I think I need a little bit more jazz. Susie says, are we at the mall yet? I have Gary's money to spend. No, not at the mall yet. Very close.
Ma'am, can you not? That's happened to me every time I talk. No, he isn't.
Oh no, we gotta watch out. The girl sitting too far at one end. I guess it's we're really struggling there. TJ says, can we see the obelisk? The obelisk we're walking. So I have covered the obelisk in depth before. So search Central Park obelisk Urbanist. Oh no. She has this is very poor one end. And why are they splitting rowing? They're about to tip over. Like, hey, stay in the middle. What are you doing? The middle. Oh my god. I'm surprised she does not notice. Wendy says, go help die. I have no idea how that girl does not notice that she's making it all out work. Way too close to one side. And now she's getting very frustrated. What kind of rowing technique is that? Oh my god. And now the mom is on the other side. They're just making it a lot worse for themselves. To watch, it is very painful to watch. I cannot look away. It's so bad that I cannot look away. I've seen some bad rowing techniques before, but this is one of the top for us. I hope they're okay. They'll make it out. They'll make it out. I think, oh no, the Pearl Girl, I think, is a bit upset. Not me, but the fact that the rowing is so poor. Now she's getting it. Yeah, they're getting it, yeah. Greg says, this is like the Titanic. Ron says, call the Coast Guard. I think it might be necessary, yeah. They're so uncoordinated, too. They're rowing the exact opposite of each other, which is not working. Hey Joe, feel better. Joe says everyone have to take meds, bless you all. Alright, what are your bets? Do you think the mother and the young daughter will make it out? They'll make it out alive, because that's actually very shallow. So their life is not in danger. But do you think they'll make it out in one piece? Do you think they'll make it out dry? Let us know in the comments. Everyone say a good round of goodbyes to Joe. Joe, thank you so much for tuning in on this calm walk. Feel better, Joe. All right, let's continue walking around. This is tragic but funny at the same time. It's terrible. It is really, really bad rowing technique. The other reason is the mom is actually rowing the opposite way that the daughter is. And the mom is sitting on one side, the daughter's sitting on the other side. They're kind of rowing back and forth. They're basically staying put in the most hard way possible. Maybe that is a philosophy of life. You know, whenever you want something in life, sometimes you have to just go with the flow and not to struggle too much against the flow of water, or not to row against the tide, because then you'll just be stuck and you'll be exerting so much willpower to just be stuck in a single place. That's a good analogy for life. Esfiel says they should watch a rowing tutorial. The mom did pull out a phone when I was pointing the camera at them. Maybe the mom was looking for tutorials on how to row. Justice says they should install iPads in the boat so they can watch your live stream for guidance. I mean, in good fun. I don't mean to point and laugh at them. Good fun. Like the Irish do, good slagging. Ron says, or she is calling 911. That would be very terrible. So this is super lively. What happened to the pandemic? Is the pandemic already over? Oh no, this is a famous TikTok song. I'm gonna be demonetized for a cover. So everyone, great music. I do like this cover of it. A round of hearts to the Super Urbanists who support on YouTube as members. They press that join button. /Urbanist is the best way to do everything that you send to me, or Facebook, pressing that supporter button. Thank you so much to all the Super Urbanists. Sometimes with these musical covers, my videos are demonetized. There are ads still on them, but the people making the money from the ads is not me. It's fully some other music company. But I still get all your super chats, I can still get all your support, I still get all your stars. It's the name of the game when it comes to live video. Of course, if this was a vlog, I could easily edit this stuff out, use a different song that's copyright free, which I do on my vlogs. But live video, it's the name of the game. So thank you so much. That's why I have these sponsors. So thank you so much. Patreon.com/Urbanist. Let's continue walking around. Susan says, happy to support you. Oh, thank you so much, Susan, for supporting the show. Marianne says to cover the video. Marianne's a frequent star sender. Yes, also shout out to not just the super urbanists, but the star senders, the super chatters, and the and everyone else. So look at this. There's a wedding here. Who wants to crash another wedding? Everyone, we're crashing a wedding. Ooh, this is interesting. Between two women. This is interesting. Cool. I think some violin music is going to play soon. Marianne, thank you so much for the 1,000 stars. That's so kind of you. Marianne leaving $10 super chat. Thank you so much on Facebook. Thank you so much. Is it free to get married here? I don't know. That is I don't know. I think technically they can't, unless if they got explicit permission from the Central Park Conservancy, which may happen. Maybe the bride or the groom. In this context, I'm not sure what terms they're using, but I'll just use the traditional terms. Either the bride or the groom is a member of the Central Park Conservancy, or they know, or they're doing it not according to the rules. So at any moment they could be kicked out. Chances of that happening probably a bit low, unless if it gets too rowdy. They got married. That's so cool. Thomas says, "Don't crash the celebration." This is the second wedding I crashed on live video. Right, where's the reception? Who wants to crash the reception all on live video? Let me know. I'll just say I'm the videographer. Doll says, "I'm glad I was able to attend this wedding." And I'm so glad that you were. That's funny. I would not do a wedding in such a public place. It's way too public. George says, "Save me some cake." They have in their wedding. Let me know. Let's speculate. Thomas says, "The first one was in Italy." I did not crash anything in Italy. The wedding I crashed was in Santorini, Greece. Literally on the highest point in Santorini, Greece, which was epic. And I got blessed by an Orthodox priest. So here we have Bethesda Terrace, or Bethesda Arcade. Right above us is Bethesda Terrace. Collection of or tiling on the top. Oh, I love this guy. This is the amazing guitar player. This guy is impeccable. He plays some amazing covers of classic New York songs like Moon River from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Great musician. I hope he starts playing soon. Around as he starts playing. I gotta connect. I remember that Santorini walk. Your wedding will be much more exclusive and private, Susie. Indeed it will, Susie. Yes. I could not have a wedding that publicly. Let me know, would you have a wedding? Anyone tuning in, would you have a wedding in the middle of a very busy park in New York City? Or do you prefer... that guitar is brilliant. Winter, snowy, blizzard covered engagement photos being taken. A lot of engagement photos here usually taken, and of course a lot of Instagram pics. So busy for a Thursday. It is super busy. I'm actually shocked how busy it is, but it is Veterans Day, so a lot of locals or Americans from nearby are coming. So everyone, I have low battery. Let me know if you want me to hook up my... continue walking around. Promised for a long... Kay says yes, I would get married in a busy place. I'd marry the first thing in the morning when nobody's there. That would be epic. During sunrise. Central Park and Sunrise. Old one from Facebook. George. Is USB-C. Bad service again. It's a beautiful day. Oh. Susie says, I'll need to get my measurements taken. That means there'll be a New York wedding and a Scotland wedding. Wendy says, marry me, Ariel, please. Do I have to start a waiting list? Let me know. Now, to be fair, you gotta make reservations. Alright, so here's the mall, ladies and gentlemen. The big mall of New York City. No shopping here, no Zara, no H&M, just trees. But just not any trees. These are some of the most beautiful trees in all of New York. So let me show you a little secret over here, and let me meet for a moment. All right, were you hearing the music I played? Let me know. I had to mute it because there was popular music playing. 6 more likes at 300. Let's go, says Benajutas. Oh, yes. Did someone just beg you to marry them, Ariel? Stay single, my friend. Trust me on this, says Deanne. We've had a few solicitors. I'm not sure. Is that the right term? Suitors would not be the right term. What is a female version of suitor? Let me know. How does one say a female version of a suitor? Yes, you heard it. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Now, this is called a mall. And the reason it's called a mall is because the traditional meaning of a mall is a straight pathway, kind of like a park that people kind of congregate in. Malls in the mid-1900s, around the 1950s, they used that term for an actual shopping center. But this is the area where they filmed When Harry Met Sally, and of course is famous for a lot of photos. These are all American elms, which are very hard to maintain because they're very susceptible to disease. And here, they spend millions of dollars yearly in order to maintain these trees. So these are $1 million trees. Over here. Sutrus. Is that how you say it, MDN? Sutrus? And someone's taking ballet photos. That's kind of cool. Great place to take ballet photos. Esfield says, what's a great place to get engaged in New York City? This is a classic location, but so typical that if it were me personally, I would not do it. Just because it's way too it's too popular, you know. And being a hipster and all, you know, I kind of want to do something that no one has done before. But the popular places are Central Park. There's a famous restaurant that's known for its engagements called One by Land, Two by Sea. It's called, I think, in West Village. Very well known for its proposals. By the Brooklyn Bridge is a very famous location in Dumbo. And there might be a few other restaurants that are very popular. Let me know what they are. Empire State Building might be one of them. Tiffany, says Susie. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. Yeah. So many movies and TV shows filmed here, says Doreen. Oh, yes, Doreen. Bridge, says Marianne. Yeah. Where I would recommend, I think the Edge is such a badass place. I would do a top. Really cool. I mean, Top of the Rock at sunset feels like the way it's located and the way that there's no kind of barrier. It's so cool. I would recommend is that's a good question. The High Line would be cool. I think riding a ferry, a boat, not a ferry, but a boat across the East River, going under, I think would be a really epic way. Let me know, what's your thoughts? Susie says the Williamsburg Bridge would be very romantic. Susie, I would not doubt, Susie is from Bushwick, I would not doubt that there's certain couples that live in Brooklyn who think that would be the best way to be proposed to. I have no doubt that that has happened before. I personally know those type of couples that would love a Williamsburg proposal. Wendy says, oh my, Ariel's taking wise. John says, big sailboat. Yes, I would use a historic sailboat that has been preserved from the 1800s. sailing across the East River during a summery sunset. With a jazz quartet playing on the boat, drinking some good Aperol Spritz, and boom, the proposal has begun. The proposal begins as the jazz quartet is playing a soft, smooth tone, and as I lay down on one knee, it picks up into an epic jazz song. And also a plane flying overhead, a helicopter flying overhead, leaving with skydivers going down and leaving a message in the sky. A bunch of skydivers just leaving a message in the sky. All that. Perfect proposal. There we go. Wilmy says, what will you wear? That I do not know yet. Oh, Chula, nice to see you. 3-piece suit. That's what I will wear. With a floral shirt. Kay says, as long as it involves a diamond, I really don't care. Christine says, hello. Hey, Christine, nice to see you here. Starting to fall. If you want to see these colors, you gotta come here in the next 2 or 3 days. Otherwise, you're gonna miss it. Because these leaves are not gonna last more than a week. Marianne says proposals also happen at Yankee Stadium. I would never I would never propose personally. There's some people out there who really like their sports and think that's very romantic. I wouldn't do it. Doreen says no. Best proposal. Hey, Wilmy, nice to see you here. Ron says the boat will be run by the modern pond earlier. Perfect tree for. Wish I was strolling in the park with Al Pacino, says Patricia. Al Pacino. As his famous line from The Scent of a Woman is. So cool. Christine, thank you so much for 500 stars. Sorry everyone, bad service. There's a guy playing amazing folk music. Really great voice. He has great advertising. He has his phone number, he has his social media. He says, may I play at your bar, your wedding? That's great, so great advertising. This guy is a professional. Wendy says, oh wow, let's listen. Yeah, bad service in that particular area. I'll linger a little bit further back here. Let me see if I can sit down. stop its service.
Like a turtleneck or like a like yeah.
Deanne's house bench. This is one of the Uber benches of New York. I did give it a score before, and it has a very high score. There is one bench in Central Park that has a 10, perfect 10. I'm always bummed when I sit down to listen to a busker, and then suddenly someone else starts chatting him up, and he stops playing. It's always a little bit of a bummer. It's happened to me a few times. I've given this bench a score before. It's very high. I think I recall giving it like a 9.2 out of 10, around there. 9.2-ish out of 10, 9.3. There is a perfect 10 here in Central Park. It's actually in this area of the park. Which one? You know, now I can't recall exactly which one. I think I know which one I gave a 10. It's a singular bench. There's no more benches there. It's one particular bench in one particular area of Central Park, in this area. Hey, George says, I would love to see Ariel's The Bachelor. Love the jacket, says John. Oh, thank you so much, John. I appreciate the compliment. As Phil says, in Ariel's The Bachelor, he wouldn't give out red roses. He would give out avocado toast. It's the greatest gift I can bestow upon anyone. Wendy says, no room for two. No, it's by I mean singular, I mean like just a bench. You can fit like up to 4 people, but it's not like a row of benches. This is your best Central Park stream, says Ron. Oh, I'm so glad you think so, though. Oh, he's playing again. You guys want to linger around for a song? Let me know. Christoph is a patron today. Christoph, welcome everyone. Everyone give Christoph a huge round of hearts. Welcome him to being the new super urbanist. Joining along 250-ish super urbanists, give or take. Yeah, around there. We have around 250 super urbanists, so thank you so much. And mega urbanists, thank you so much also for mega urbanists. All right, we'll stick around for a song. Enjoy, everyone. Morgan says, I love your hipster cool. Oh, thank you so much, Morgan. Morgan, thank you so much for 2 Canadians. Sending 2 Canadians over. Appreciate that.
That was always the original plan for the park.
I am indeed, yeah. Thank you.
Just watching your videos this morning. Man.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for
I like your
tuning in.
stuff.
You're a photographer?
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome. Great time to take photos.
Exactly.
Have a good day.
Southern star stands for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst.
It was like the meme.
Let us stay young, or let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we'll never say never. Something innocent, but a life is a short trip. It's forever. Banana. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun, praising our leaders and we'll put them to each father of man now. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. You really wanna live forever, baby. Forever, never, forever young. Some are like water, some are like the heat, some are the melody and some oh, later they all will keep on, only just stay young. It's so hard to get old without hearts. I don't wanna perish like a pretty horse, loose like thunder in the sun. So many adventures and up today, so many songs we forgot to play. Out of every
there's another mystery we must solve. The beautiful soothing sounds playing in the background. Out of all these benches, we have one bench. Someone's walking right in front. One bench. Where did the man disappear? Did he spontaneously combust? Did he teleport into another dimension? Who knows? These are the mysteries of New York. Random boots, perfectly placed as if someone was sitting there and just disappeared into thin air.
Right, so
Captain Hook says free shoes. And those, you know, the pair, doesn't seem like they were thrown all away. It just seems like someone just took off their shoes and either left or they spontaneously combusted. Ron says he might have been blown away by the busker. Indeed, he might have been blown away by the busker. Wilmy sitting there, yeah, in his ghostly form. Ashley Mayer, thank you so much for tuning in, Ashley. For all the Scots tuning in, Susie, Gary, we have many other Scots who watch. One of your heroes of literature. This man is single-handedly responsible for making Scotland into the modern, like, magical place it is in terms of the way we see it. And for all the Scots also tuning in, even more Scots. We got a lot of Scots over here. We got another Scot, Robert Burns, or Rabbi. For the New Year's song, Auld Lang Syne. Auld Lang Syne. All shoes have a story. Imagine walking a mile in another person's shoes, Farside. That would be very uncomfortable, Farside, because unfortunately I have pretty big feet. Being a very tall 5'2", I can't fit into many people's shoes. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Susie says, well, hello, Walter. Yep. Walter and Rabbi. McLean. Oh, I don't know about Don McLean at all. But he was a nice singer. He has this kind of folky, funky vibe to him. Not a powerful singer, but kind of a soulful one. And here's the man. The man who tarnished my good name. William Shakespeare himself. I will avenge my name. Ellen says, saying in Ireland was, if you wanted to marry someone, how would you like my shoes under my bed? Is that a saying, Ellen? How would you like my shoes under your bed? That's an interesting saying. Linda says, Don McLean made Bye Bye Mr. American Pie. La 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 la. Yes. I love the Weird Al Yankovic version of Bye Bye Mr. American Pie, which is Bye Bye Mr. American Jedi. So that was the mall, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the mall. Hope you end up getting your shopping done here. Susie says, oh no, you have such a macho name. Indeed I do. Contrary to Shakespeare's decision to use Ariel as a fairy name. Ron is quoting American Jedi by Weird Al. Soon he's gonna be a Jedi. Yes, such a great song. They say, how would you like to leave your shoes under my bed, says Kay. Oh, so that's a euphemism for doing the deed. Interesting. I had no idea. Thank you so much for enlightening me on that fact. Now I know when the Irish woman says, I want to leave my shoes under your bed, it is not an innocent leaving the shoes under the bed. Who wants to see a cool New York City secret that a lot of people don't know about? I think I'm in the right place. Yes, I should be in the right place. Let me know. Who wants to see a tiny little New York City secret, Central Park secret that most people don't know about? I've covered this in previous videos. Morgan says, me, please, show me the secret. You gotta keep the secret though. You cannot spread this particular story. Actually, a lot of people say, please don't repeat where one finds this because they don't want anyone to vandalize it. So you gotta promise, everyone tuning in right now, you gotta promise to keep this secret. Do not repeat the location of this particular thing. I mean this seriously, please don't repeat it. Feel free to share this video, like it, tell all your friends about the show. But just don't tell them to go specific timestamp to specific place. Because many people have asked to keep this secret. So I won't be too specific where I'm at. But if you are very astute, you'll know how to get here. I'll give some backstory. Wendy says, please don't flash. Don't worry, I won't. Pinky promise, says New York. All right, everyone. My slippers are under the bed, says Susie. Would Al Pacino be able to get into a rowboat, says Patricia. You want Al Pacino as my guest for a live video? Well, I'll do my best. Do my best to get the Al Pacino. No music, too quiet, says Mildred. Storyteller, says Timothy. Yes, we'll like to know the secrets. Kay says my lips are sealed. Okay. 1811, John Randall Jr. has been hired to make a new grid system that would cover the entire island of Manhattan, or almost the entire island of Manhattan. Basically everything above First Street, First Avenue. Well, the reason they wanted to split up New York City into a grid was to do some good urban design. They're following the same system that was already enacted in Philadelphia by the Quakers. Well, John Randall Jr., the thing is, he was planning this grid system basically laying eminent domain on anyone's property. So people's own property would be chopped up into a bunch of pieces, New York City blocks. A lot of people were pissed off. Some of the middle class or lower class people were actually very happy because this means their property value would have gone up. But the higher class people who own gigantic mansions or huge farmlands or massive parcels of land were pissed off that suddenly a huge street avenue would be crisscrossing through their property. So as Randall Jr. is going through all of New York City, surveying the land, he had to put on these bolts. These bolts would be placed at each intersection all around the city. So there was a lot of metal bolts put into the ground. People would throw stuff at him, rotten vegetables. Some of the owners of these properties in Manhattan would unleash their dogs to poor Randall, and he had to run away from the dogs. Also, if they would see these bolts, some of the owners of the land would actually remove the bolts. So, oh, there's no intersection here. Oh no, my land is going to be intact. Oh, they forgot the intersection. Of course, that did not work. New York City, the grid system persisted. But most of those bolts were disappeared because the grid system was built. There was no more need for them. there's a rumor of a few bolts still left in New York City. I might have seen one with Action Kid when we visited Uptown Manhattan. This is the other rumored bolt of John Randall Jr. demarking a particular intersection here in New York City. Right over here. Right there is the Randall Bolt. There's a few ants right here. That is, you're touching history. 1811, or between 1811 and 1840. Who are very astute, probably can find it. So, there we go. This is a particular bolt survived because he had to bolt. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that New York City secret. Keep it as a New York City secret. Maybe you can show a friend, but don't trip over it, says Susie. I'll try my best. It's tiny. Provide context. That's why it's important to provide context. Because if you don't provide context and you show a friend, or even worse, if you're on a date and you show on the date, hey, let me show you this cool New York City secret. And you take her into a random Central Park spot and you just play at the bolt, she'll be weirded out. She'll have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So that's why you gotta provide context before you even show the bolt. So please do your friend or your significant other or a date a favor and tell the story before you show them the bolt. This is the mound where little Nicky took a nap. I have no idea. That is a good question. I don't. But that is the Adam Sandler movie. I think. But yeah, I'm not sure. Esfield says, yes, don't take a date to a secluded part of the park. Depends on the person you're dating. So here's the Swedish cottage. No, this is not the Swedish cottage. This is the dairy farm. This is a dairy farm. Another folly. It's not a real dairy farm. It's meant to look like one. Here's one of the coolest spots in New York. Here you can see the full breathtaking views of Billionaire's Row. Susie says, but what if she thought you were going to propose? That would be very awkward. You kneel down, show her this cool bolt in the ground, and she gets all excited. It's like, oh my god, it's happening. And then you just point at the bolt like, oh yeah, this is a cool stuff. This is a cool bolts from history. Knockout views on a big pile of schist. I have a leaf on my shirt. Wendy says, I'll bolt off. Jennifer Lopez and Ralph Fiennes filmed Made in Manhattan here. Indeed they did. Indeed they did. And now those are the two towers where Cloverfield takes place. Any history in the Essex house? You know, I have not read too much about the Essex house. But if I recall correctly, either Lady Gaga either lives in that building or the one next to it. Lady Gaga lives in one of these buildings, if anyone could confirm. It's one of these 3 buildings she lives in. She has a penthouse. And right here is the skating rink. Timothy says, hold on, I'll call Lady Gaga and ask her. Please do, please do. Let her know if we can come up for the live video. I think that'll be fun. Thank you so much, Timothy, for calling up Lady Gaga. I appreciate that. Looks like there's a party going on. There's some reggae being played down there for some reason. Serendipity takes place, yeah. Serendipity takes place on the rink, yeah. That's where the couple from the film meets. Gaga's in Rome for the House of Gucci premiere. I have no doubt, yeah. Can't wait for that film. So there we go. Huge pile of schist. The best pile of schist in all of New York, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, there's some great piles of schist here in New York, but this one, I think, is top. And New York Nurse says, I love Serendipity. It's on Netflix. Yeah, highly recommend watching that film, everyone. If you want to see a great New York City film, watch Serendipity. Susie says, can you take us into the horrifying Ramble? I already am far away from the Ramble, so no Ramble today. We won't be rambling on the Ramble. But we gotta get to the Hallett Sanctuary. I'm not sure if we have time. Let's see if we can get there on time. I think we can. Oh, it might be closed because it closes at 3 p.m. I think. Let's see. Is that Rat Rock? No, this is not Rat Rock. Rat Rock is a different rock. On a different pile of schist in Central Park. And that one, it's a bit further in to the park. This way, actually. Oh, same section of this park. Ooh, another wedding photographer. Look at that! Wow. It's a very cool photo they're taking. Congrats to the wedding newlyweds. Yeah, a lot of newlyweds here in New York City. Central Park is a hot spot. Central Park and Dumbo is the other hot spot. Let me know if anyone has coffee recommendations here in this area of Manhattan. It's more of a business area. So let me know if anyone has a good coffee recommendation. $35 million apartments. Yes, Farsight. Yeah, some of those apartments are in the millions. I'm loving that houndstooth jacket. Thank you so much. This is my second one. I have another one that I got from Ireland. MK says, I like your jacket. Thank you so much, MK. MK, nice to see you here. Welcome back. NY Nurse says, I love that jacket too. Ooh, thank you so much, NY Nurse. I gotta go this way. Susie says, we got coffee in the kitchen. All right, everyone, who wants to go to Susie's and Gary's house in Scotland right now to grab some coffee? Let me know. Oh, I like this guy too. He often plays here. Plays beautiful, I think it's called the Chinese mandolin. Let me know the name of the instrument. Panajota says I can make a nice Negroni. Ooh, that sounds good. That would be cool. Yeah, if anyone can reach out to Lady Gaga, I'll appreciate that. Do our best. There's a man taking off his clothes right over here. One of those two. A lot of photo shoots happening here. Pardon me, the extremely thin building towering over others. Yep, thinnest skyscraper right now in the world, if I recall correctly. And the tallest skyscraper is right over here by roof height. If you take away the spire from Freedom Tower, this building is actually taller. Central Park Tower. And this one is called the Steinway Tower. I think this right now is the thinnest skyscraper in the world. Here's another very pretty polishist right down there. Jack says if Central Park charged for photo shoots, they would be rich. Indeed, they would be, yes. Are you near the Plaza Hotel? This is the Plaza Hotel right here from Home Alone 2. That's where Kevin McAllister stayed in the film. And there was a cameo by our former US president. Yep, our former US president was in Home Alone 2. Anyone seen the Mandarin Duck? I'm not sure if he's still here. If anyone knows, great question, New York nurse. I'm not sure if he's still here in New York. Can people climb the rocks in Central Park? Yeah, there's really no rules against climbing rocks here in Central Park. To be that dangerous for most people, so. Of course, if you have very little kids, do of course be careful. Do homeless people reside in the park? People really don't. Oh wow, this squirrel, he's very well fed. People do get kicked out, so no, you don't really hear or see people who are living here. Homeless people may venture into the park, but I know there's some news, so that might have changed just a tiny bit, but it's pretty. I would say Central Park, especially below, safe and quiet and calm. Towards 110th Street might be a little bit more not so. I would have a little bit extra caution in the very north part of Central Park. Hey, MK has left a $15 super chat. Thank you so much, MK, for your $15 super chat. That's very kind of you. Thank you, I appreciate that. It says YouTube takes quite a lot, but enjoy a latte. Thank you. Ooh. Look what's open. It's open. The Hallett Sanctuary. Oh look, Earl's here to beckon us in. Hey Earl. It's a big area of New York. Park is. Oh. Stowe has come over. So bad service here. So right here, it doesn't really reflect what New York City looked like pre-urbanization. But here at the Hallett Park, sorry, not the northern part, the southern part of Central Park, completely preserved from its natural position. Oh, this guy is very outgoing. These squirrels are very outgoing. I'm surrounded by Earl's crew over here. There's so many of them. It would have looked like before urbanization. The entire little area called Hallett Sanctuary from that era. This has not. For years it was closed because they really didn't do anything. But a few years ago they built these pathways and finally reopened it. It feels so cool being surrounded by these squirrels. I feel like I'm Snow White. Is this bench suitable? This is a cool bench. Put in your pockets, a new pet for you. So one of those squirrels is very outgoing. He approached me so closely. All right, let's do a bench review here at this wooden bench in New York City in the Hallett Sanctuary. A bench, a kingdom for my bench. I like it. It's a bit uncomfortable because the backside is just pieces of wooden branches. So it's a bit uncomfortable. The bottom is nice because there's some good wood, but the wood is a bit wet. I'm not sure how much this wood is going to last. There is a chance for bird poo. Luckily, there is no human poo here, so it does get some few points. And we're surrounded by a plethora of squirrels. So I would give this bench, and we're kind of hidden by the city. We see the Billionaire's Row kind of sticking out. So it's nice. It's nice to kind of be separated from the city a little bit. Because it's uncomfortable here, and because the actual bench is looking pretty rotten, the wood is already getting pretty rotten, it doesn't get really that good of a score. It is a very nice location and very nice kind of ambiance, and the fact that there's a lot of squirrels, that's nice. So I'll give this bench a 5.8. This is a 5.8 bench. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Everyone. MK says we have no black squirrels in Florida. That's sad to hear, MK. The squirrels don't agree with your score. Wow, there are so many squirrels here. Oh, this guy wants something. Oh, hey. Is it dangerous to be here alone? So the Hallett Sanctuary pretty much closes around this time. So you won't be here alone at night. Here alone, period, during the day? No, I think you're safe. You're not really going too deep. This is small. Are you ready for... Love them all. Nuts. Our mug. Okay, we're not gonna have service down here. In Manhattan. Very hard. $100. Far side, okay. Magistral. All right. What happened here? For some reason there's a lot of cameras. Oh, I hope no crime took place. That's weird. What happened here? Oh yeah. Oh, everyone. Impossible to ignore at this point, but it seems like indeed a crime did take place here. I would say this is extremely rare. So I would not go back as to what I said previous. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but Central Park usually is safe. All the TV crews are waiting out. New York nurse says attack in Central Park last night. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, that happens very rarely. George says it was a squirrel attack. CSI New York. No, it's a real crime scene. Yeah, look at all the cops patrolling. They don't want camera people to go down. So the cops are patrolling because the crime scene is inside. Yeah, we have some tape, yellow tape down there. Susie says well, it wasn't the 70s. Yes, well, Central Park had a very different reputation pre-1980s. Custody. Oh. MK says the hunt. That's so sad. Saw this in the news. Oh, it was on a woman.
Yeah, if you don't walk with us, that's your people.
I'm not sure what time this took place, but of course, do have some street smart. I know. Get it? It's nice, but yes, do practice some street smarts if you're venturing into the park during off hours. Because technically, you're not supposed to be here in the first place. And then second, yeah, unfortunately, that's such a shame that a crime like that took place here. All right, let's now venture outside Central Park. It gets dark earlier now. Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. So some areas of Central Park are very well lit. You'll be fine, basically, in all the main. Logan says, love the drip. Thank you so much, Logan. I appreciate that compliment. So he says, you be very careful. Oh, let's see. We can catch a glimpse. Yeah, prayers to the person who was a victim. That's so sad. And this area of Central Park is very nice. This is a cool pathway, but George says, does anyone know what happened? Apparently it was a sexual assault that happened either last night or early morning. Here's a statue of Jose Marti. I'm not sure who Jose Marti is. All right, say goodbye to Central Park. That was a great journey through Central Park. I hope you enjoyed it. Many people want to see a bit of food, so we'll end at a place to grab a good coffee in this area. I'll do my best to find one. Over here in Midtown Manhattan, there are some good spots, but I generally do not like commercial. But if anyone has any recommendations on the interesting place to see here in terms of coffee or pastries, do let me know. I usually go towards Hell's Kitchen because this area is a bit kind of commercial, more office centered or more tourist centered, so things are not as kind of good in terms of food quality as other places. El poeta cubano. Oh, Jose Marti, un poeta cubano. Gracias. Anna says it's a Cuban poet, Jose Marti. Statue down there. Ron says yes because coffee shops are rare. So there are coffee shops, but you'll find basically the smaller coffee shops you basically take things to go. So we'll stop by one of them. Sip and Co. I usually don't pay attention to advertisements on the street, but let's check it out. Now, one thing I do like coming sometimes is to hotels. Hotels sometimes have good spots. This place is called Quality Meats. Wow, it's so warm in here. You did a great job with this outdoor seating area. Excuse me. A $24 burger. Cocktails on tap. Ooh, a Nitro Negroni. What? A Nitro Negroni? That's so interesting. That is so interesting. A Nitro Negroni. Wow. Like tableside truffle butter service. Wow. Oh, crazy traffic. I'm not sure how this ambulance is gonna get through. Let's check out Sip & Co. Let's compare. Let's see Sip & Co. That would be a $30 coffee. The coffee would probably be around like $6 or $7 that they're probably charging. Here's a place called Sip & Co. Alright, this looks nice. I really want to try that Negroni though. Alright, we'll go into Sip & Co. Let me know if you want me to cover that and that burger at some point soon in the near future. I'm not going to do it today because I want to show you some coffee instead. This place looks interesting, Sip & Co. But let me know at some point, do you want to see some nitro and burger or steak? Or you'll see how a $24 burger looks like. No puedo pagarla. No worries. Anna says I can't pay for it. No worries. At what time? Which days are your live streams? Wednesdays and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Other live streams are at random times. Sometimes they're announced. Like this one today was announced. I need to know about the nitro. Okay, stay tuned everyone. I might be back there. Let's have some coffee.
That's what we beat it.
The chicken has like the same flaky sauce, like this type of stewed chicken broth, just kind of solid.
Yeah, of course.
The black is no sauce. And mozzarella.
Better do something that's actually cool.
Yeah, the black is true. I like being on.
Okay, so we end up getting the coffee, Americano. Asked it for very short, just a little bit of water. And they have some homemade apple cinnamon bread. Right here, apple cinnamon bread. Right here. Home. A few months ago, they said I think April or August. Sip and Co. So very, very recent they opened up. And it's cool because it seems like the owners are actually working people to do the work. So it seems like a real kind of authentically owned small business, which is nice. I have a cup of coffee at these prices. So Timothy, this cost me a total of $8, $7.90 something, about $8. Coffee is about $4, pastry is about $4. This table would annoy me. The cutlery would fall through the slab, says Kay. Yeah, we're not really having here big meals. They do have a grilled cheese, they have an avocado toast, they have other things like that. So, yeah, it's nice. And Miss Loeb, indeed I'm wearing a dino shirt, yes. Let's try this out. This is very hot, so let me try this in a bit. Homemade apple cinnamon bread.
I know, but sometimes if you order from the iPad. No, but United, I was in the
Mmm.
Can you?
Oh, wow. That is really good. That is really good. I was a bit nervous getting this because cinnamon treats, usually they overdo it with the cinnamon. So it has so much cinnamon. It's unfortunately acid reflux inducing, heartburn inducing. This one they just use the right bit of cinnamon. And it seems that they use fresh cinnamon as opposed to the cinnamon that's already pre-crushed. That will have a lot more of an acidic taste to it. So great balance of cinnamon. You actually can taste the apples from this. And the crunchy part, I think they put a little bit of sugar on here. So it almost tastes like a good crumble. It's a really good pastry. This is, if you're coming to America, this is the best coffee shop treats, is the breads. They call them breads, but they're more like cakes, or pound cakes. You might be more familiar as a pound cake in other parts of Europe. They're sweet, but they're just not too sweet that they taste like a chocolate cake or a cake that you would buy for a birthday, but not too savory. That would just be just a basic bread. It's kind of right there in the middle. It's really good. It's like it's similar to a scone. I really recommend it. Wow. It's not just generic either. They did it really well. All right, let's try the coffee. Ooh, good taste. Good, I mean, good smell. And they have nice outdoor seating. This is a really unique spot here in the middle of Manhattan. We're right by a super busy street during rush hour. This is very rare in this area of Midtown Manhattan. Unless if you go to a hotel lobby. There's not that many places with good seating. Let's try this out. Or if you go to a Starbucks, but Starbucks usually suck in this area. Is it noisy? It is. It's going to be noisy, yeah. This area is very noisy, especially during rush hour. Ooh, good coffee. They use the espresso that was a bit more kind of darker, more of a darker roast. Not quite Italian style, which is more than expected, but not so kind of bright and floral and fruity as other coffee shops here in New York City. This one's kind of right in the middle. It's a really good balance. Yeah, really good coffee. Maybe you found yourself a new spot. In this area, it is very rare to find good spots. There's another enjoy. That also has seating, has food. It's called Little Collins. So there's very few coffee shops in this area. There's Grumpy Cafe, but the seating is very limited there. It's more of a to-go place. So I really enjoy this. This is kind of a little treasure here in the middle of Midtown. Just opened up. So I highly recommend it. Let me show you one more time, and I'll answer any questions in the last 10 minutes since we have... Sip & Co. Right here. Sip & Co. Right by super noisy New York. Marine says Jose Marti was a Puerto Rican writer. Ooh. Let me know. Was he Puerto Rican of Cuban descent or was he Cuban? I don't know too much about Jose Marti. I didn't realize a prominent Puerto Rican had a statue here. Perfect with mixed spaghetti. I think Ronald, that is something only found in the Philippines. I don't think mixed spaghetti is a thing in the U.S. Mixed spaghetti is spaghetti in McDonald's. I don't think it's a thing in the U.S. Hey, it's a little slower today, being Veterans Day. No, the city is very loud and thriving today. Even Midtown. It's supposed to be a national holiday, but it seems like a lot of people are still going to work. Mona says, what's the temperature? It's about like 59 degrees Fahrenheit. But for some reason, it feels a bit warmer right here. Not sure why. I guess because it got hot during the day, because it's almost like a greenhouse.
I think I should have
Timothy says, Happy Veterans Day to all those who qualify. Indeed, Happy Veterans Day. Maureen, thank you so much for the stars. I appreciate you. Again, we encounter some copyright music. So these videos are sponsored by the Super Urbanist. Thank you, Christoph, for becoming a Super Urbanist. Mustafa, Assalamu alaikum from Iraq. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Otherwise, I'm going to get charged. Yeah, I made one an SF tomorrow night.
Hey, and here just in time for the end. I'll be back Saturday. You look happy, says Wendy. I am indeed. I'm happy doing a live video. I had some not so good news in my freelance work, and making live video has cheered me up. Hey, Ariel, can Sip Me and Co. be short for Sip and Company? It's called Sip and Co. Sip and Company. Yes, CO in America usually means company. It's the abbreviation for company. Love the foliage of the back end. It's kind of cool. Marine, thank you so much for the generous 1,000 stars. That's so nice of you. Ana says, Era cubano. Jose Marti. Okay, qué bien. Gracias. Alright, feel free to ask me any questions you would like for these final few minutes. This shirt screams, let's go golfing. There's a particular golf shirt in America that's like a polo. You might know it as a polo. That's a golf shirt. This is not a golf shirt. It's not a polo. Ibel says, sorry you had bad news not coming across. You're usually a very happy self. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Jose Marti was born in Havana, Cuba. Okay, thank you so much, Guadalupe. Annoying daylight savings time. Yeah, I kind of don't like daylight savings time. It's a bummer that it's very dark so early. Susie says, sorry about the bad news. Oh, no worries. You make my day every day when you're like, oh, I'm so glad. Wendy. Lorraine, thank you so much for 100. Tuning in. Let me know which Lorraine left the stars. What are you doing after this stream? I gotta do some work. I'm doing some editing. SVL says, sorry you had a tough day. Oh, no worries. It's okay. You may get the reference, Ariel, but I now thought of Chrome's dinosaur. When you can get disconnected. Yeah, you're right, Panajota. So, when you get disconnected, there's like a dinosaur that's done in like 8-bit format. This is the same type of dinosaur. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Philo says Ariel's work is never done. I want to do another TikTok. I'm about to cross 400,000 followers on TikTok. 400,000 followers on TikTok. Very close to that. I might have crossed it during the stream, I'm not sure. But I'm tempted to do more TikToks. Was a freelance work a cameo in a telenovela? No. Not yet, not yet. Maybe one day I'll be featured in a telenovela. Linda says, great show. I'm going to pay the bill for the steak for Timothy, says Wendy. Stay tuned, I might cover that steak house at some point. Is this your second live today? No, this is the only live I've done today. Lena says, alright, I'll stick around for a few more minutes, let me know. So, also I want to give a shout out, as I do, because this is sponsored by the Mega Urbanist as well. They're so kind to give $20 a month. Some of you do also donate individually $20 a month. Thank you so much for contributing those $20 a month. And you end up getting some postcards as well. So stay tuned for New York postcards. I have a few of them coming up. I'll show you. Ooh, I don't have the addresses written. That would be Thank you so much, Inspire Life. So here's the first 6 of them that's going to be sent out. And
that's Alex, that's Aiden. Aiden looks so funny there though.
so since there's no addresses here, I'm going to show the backside for the first time. And I'll show you a public Mega Urbanist because there's a few anonymous Mega Urbanists. So Jason, this is yours. And there's a little message here. Personally written message for Jason, the head hench. Darlene says, "There's one for me, only for Mega Urbanists." I appreciate everyone who watches, but these are only for Mega Urbanists. $20 a month or more on Patreon or YouTube. Or if you're a triple member on all 3 platforms at the same time. Mater says, "Coffee stain, please." Mater, you want one? Someone I think would like the coffee stain. But if you're a Mega Urbanist watching right now and you want a coffee stain on yours, I will do it. I ain't joking. I will do it. So Mater already said yes. Right here. Too much because I want the Mega Urbanist to be. Right now. Not at the moment. Kay also says coffee stain, okay. If you are a Mega Urbanist and want a coffee stain, do send me a message. I'll do my best to give you one with an authentic coffee stain. It'll be done sanitarily. It'll be sanitized. It'll be a humane way of doing coffee stain. So feel free to send me a message for this month only. If Urbanist, send me a message if you want coffee stick. So confirm with me. I know a few people left comments right now, but do remind me. Just leave me a quick message. Say coffee stain. Coffee stain, yes. Ariel, can you make those black because they don't appear well? Oh, these ones. I can. Let me do it right now. How's that fun? Do they look better? Un saludo de Italia. Hey, buongiornata. I can't wait to go back to Italy. Nader says we double dog dare you. Catherine says, oh my god, coffee stain. Funny stuff. I am serious. You saw one of them as a coffee stain. Alright everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Of 2 minutes. I'll stick around just to round out 3 hours. I'm so glad that a lot of people tune in. Slam that like button right now if you want to see more videos like this. Great coffee shop. I recommend Sip & Co. Vendrás a España. Madrid anterior en el 2018 no era mi ciudad favorito, pero yo estoy emocionado a visitar a un momento Barcelona y Tenerife en la isla Canarias. So I have been to Madrid, Spain. It wasn't my favorite place. However, I'm still excited and to Tenerife, which is one of the Canary Islands. S. Fields, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Saturday, still happening. Yes, it is, Ron. 20 seconds left. Go, 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 go. Ask me any last remaining questions. Saturday's still on. Wendy's making tapioca pudding. That's awesome. So how are the bagels? Bagels are great. I went to a place called today Modern Bagels. Highly recommended. Thank you for today, Ariel. You make me smile. I'm so glad you did. Boom! 3 hours, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do you know Mérida? Maybe I'll go to Mérida at some point. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, Joe, feel better. And everyone, I'll see you on Saturday. Keep being awesome. And always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. Tenga un buen día todo el mundo en español también. Bye-bye.